I was looking forward to it today. I really wanted to do it in a coffee shop or a hotel because I really don't like staying in the apartment for any longer than I have to, and I'll get to that in a second. But I wasn't able to do it today. As I said, times have changed. People don't really like it today, pretty much when you speak, or especially if you're speaking loud on a live stream. And I said before, I can understand that can be a bit annoying, but it's a bit frustrating. But we'll make the best of what we've got, and that's gratitude. So today's talk is going to be about anxiety, discipline, and procrastination. Procrastination, anxiety, is a problem that every single human being has. So, like I said on the stream yesterday, I really like to remind myself of not nitpicking and getting too caught up on labels, because it's quite easy to say things like, well, he's got anxiety, she's got procrastination problems, she's got anxiety, and that group of people over there, they don't have, they're perfect. And it's not true. It's, everybody deals with it differently. Some people don't deal with it well, and some people do. So before you start to judge yourself and say, oh, why am I not normal? You are normal, you're human, but you're asking the wrong question, or maybe asking it in a way that's not helpful, and I'm going to help you with that today. So let me start off by telling you a bit of my story, and that will help me to teach and get into this. Right, so before I get started, this is an exercise. Actually, this is an exercise that I invented myself years ago when I was really scared when I was a kid. And the exercise came from nothing other than sheer terror, fear, anxiety, hopelessness, fear, dread, worry, and just wanting, my mum or my dad, anybody to take away my fear, my worry. And that's when I would always eventually go to God and say, please, God, tell me that everything's going to be all right today, because something's happened at school. Someone's bullied me, or the school teachers have said that they're going to call my parents and they're going to say that I wasn't studying correctly or something like that. So I was worried about punishment, fear of uncertainty, all those fears that we have as humans. And whenever I would, confess my fears to a trusted friend or in my prayers to God, I'd always feel better after, because I'd get my pride out of the way, my shame, my feelings of deep shame, and I'm not good enough, and I'm a scared coward. I'd feel better. I wouldn't feel like a coward after. I'd actually feel stronger. And then I could, handle what I needed to handle. And in most cases, I'm still alive now. Things worked out. So before I start this talk this morning and start helping everyone else on their fears and their anxieties and getting past procrastination, I was frightened this morning. I had anxiety. I procrastinated. I procrastinated for 30 minutes to do this talk. I went to the coffee shop this morning, had a nice coffee, went for a walk, came back, and it took me half an hour because of my fears, my anxiety, the thoughts, the intrusive thoughts, the emotions, the stories, all those things. But I'm here, and I've made a commitment that I'm going to do this talk until 12 o'clock, until the battery runs out. So that is success in facing anxiety, what I've just done there. It's the honesty, which is what a lot of people can't do because of the shame around it, and their pride gets in the way, and the lack of humility. And I understand that, right? It's not about making yourself feel bad, but I'm helping you. So when you do that, you really do face the fear of, well, what will people think about me? If I admit that I'm scared, or I've got anxiety, or I have insecurities, but you've got to get past that, because that's what held me back for so many years. I could have been successful so much quicker in my life. I could have made more money. I could have got a girlfriend, a relationship. I could have helped so many people. I could have lost weight. I could have traveled. I could have done so many things, right? Woulda, shoulda, coulda. But what held me back is I was afraid to be honest about my fears, my goals, my dreams, how I wanted to help people. Because I was always thinking, if I share that with people, what will they think? They will be able to control me. They're going to have a low opinion of me. Then they can bully me. I'm vulnerable. They can take advantage of me. They know they've got information about me. They know that I'm scared now. They know I've got insecurities. But as I grew more and got older, the thing that got me over that, there was two things that got me over that. Number one was facing so many fears, so that gave me so much confidence. So basically, I went out and faced a lot of fears. So I did boxing, I did public speaking, I started a business, I help people. It takes a lot of courage. I was scared to do that because obviously to help people, you've got to trust them, you've got to be vulnerable, you've got to risk being hurt, you've got to meet new people, you've got to socialize, you've got to do business, you've got to pay taxes, you've got to make rent. I faced all those fears, and through doing that, I got very confident. And I also dealt with criticism online, sometimes in person, sometimes by my own clients. Not all the time, but at times, clients being disrespectful and I had to lay my boundaries down. Many times clients being lovely, but that's life. And through that process, I got stronger. The second part was when I discovered that every single person has got the same fears that I had. That's what really got me over the line. I knew that they're just lying. I know when someone's lying because I've done it myself about my fears, and I can tell. I'm good at reading people. I've been in the business of teaching for 12 years, and even before that, I was always good at reading people. I could sense if someone's lying. I can sense if they're being honest. So when I realized that the same people that I used to be so frightened of them judging me for my, normal human weaknesses that we all have, they were more frightened than I was. I was stronger than them. So it was almost laughable when I realized it. But of course, nothing is, there's always a positive balance, but many people didn't judge me. They were just nice people. They were very caring, very empathetic, and they weren't that type of person. So those that judge were always weak-spirited anyway. So why would I care what they think? Why would I care what someone thinks who's nasty and negative in their current state, right? I don't wish anybody to stay there, right? Because we all struggle. But you understand what I mean? At that time, that's how I felt when I was younger. Why would I care what a bully thought about me? Why would I care what a negative person thought about me that didn't have anything good to say about people, was always nasty and angry and miserable, mean and tight? Why would their opinion matter to me? It doesn't. But I had to go through a lot of life experience and learning and growing and facing fear. And another thing that helped me was when I started to meet good mentors, and they were so honest. It was so refreshing. It was like, oh my goodness, finally, thank you, God. I've been praying for this my whole life. Finally, some honest people that I can trust. Finally, some people that will actually tell me the truth and be honest. And they can finally admit that they've got the same fears that I've got, but they've been able to live a better life and face it and get stronger. So they're better at dealing with the fear. Finally, deep down, I knew it was true. I knew I was right in that area. I'm not right about everything. Obviously, no one is. But I knew I was right about people, about their fears, about how they hide and lie. But I also knew that people have got a lot of courage. The human spirit, my heroes. I was like, so my perspective changed because I got the truth. When you understand something, you're not as afraid of it. You understand it. But I couldn't understand it by just reading books. I couldn't just get a book and go, let me read this book. Yeah, everyone's got fears. There's nothing to be ashamed of, Jonathan. Some people they deny it because they're so frightened, they're so ashamed, and they care so much what people think. Where other people are stronger and they're more open and they're more vulnerable. They're stronger people, and they admit it, and in admitting it, they actually go and face it and develop. They develop the tools and the mindset to be honest that they're frightened of something, but then to go and do it. And that's when I started to teach what I learned, which is simple, which is to teach people to first admit what they're frightened of, and then to pluck up the courage to go and face their fears. That two-step process saved my life. It did. It saved my life when I was in my 20s, and it deterred me and it stopped me from taking my own life and faith and other things. So good people confirmed what I knew was true, what I always wanted to live and say, but I didn't have the courage to do it at that time. So that's what holds all of you back from procrastination. It's pride, it's fear, it's the denial. So people will say, I procrastinate a lot, and that's all right. But they stop there. That's not enough. you're stopping. You've got to be more honest than that. Let's explanation. Let's be honest. Why do you procrastinate? What's the reason? What is it you want to achieve? Example, people say, I really want to start the gym. I know that the gym's healthy. Jonathan's told me, or my mentors told me, my therapist told me, I know it is. People might say things like, I used to do gym when I was younger. Now I'm in my 40s or 30s. I haven't gone gym for a while. I'm out of shape. I know it's good, but I procrastinate. Okay, let's be more honest than that. Let's get to it. Why do you procrastinate? Well, the reason why you procrastinate is because it's not necessarily the gym that you're frightened of going to. It's what it's going to bring up. The gym is going to bring up all of your life. It's going to bring up things about yourself that you don't like. It's going to bring up things from the past that you're ashamed of. It's going to be painful, for not forever. It's going to expose how undisciplined you are. It's going to bring out the fact that you are jealous. That comes with being human until you work on your self-esteem and your character and your faith. So you're going to go gym. You're going to see other people that are in better shape than you, and it's going to make you angry and jealous and resentful, and that frightens you to face that, to be honest about that in yourself. That's why you procrastinate. Another reason is because if you go to the gym, you might enjoy it, and part of you feels that you don't deserve to enjoy life. You deserve to keep suffering. You deserve to be punished. So there's a lot of complex fears around procrastination. It's just one word, but it contains a lot of information, a lot of fears and shame. So procrastination is really, I'm ashamed and I'm scared and I don't want to feel pain. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I want to be safe. A lot of people can't admit their own mind, even though they know that their own mind is causing them havoc every day. So it's the dishonesty to yourself more than to other people. So it's really, being willing to, like I said on this title, take on the bully, the fight. It's a fight. It is a fight. Now, for some people, it might not be a physical fight. If you're a boxer, it's a physical fight. Or if you're a UFC fighter, it's a physical fight, or a martial artist. But it's still a fight in your mind. It's a fight of emotions. It's a fight to get out of the bed. When you know that if you get out of the bed, you're going to have to face your anxieties and your emotions that are human. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's human. But what are you going to do about it? Because most people choose to give in. I did it when I was younger. Did it many times. Someone was bullying me, and my dad would say, or my uncle would say, or my mum, sometimes even my nan would say, there would always be compassion. You've got to stand up for yourself. You've got to tell him to stop. You have to. Or if he hits you, you've got to hit him back, self-defense. But I was scared to. I was frightened of a bully because he scared me. He brought up all my fears. I was frightened of the confrontation of him physically, the eye contact, shouting at me, but the emotions that he brought up. But when the pain got unbearable, I had enough of it. And that's usually what makes people change. The pain becomes unbearable, and that's when they say, I need to get a mentor, I need to take a program, I can't do it on my own, I need support, which is a good thing. Or I need to get therapy, I need to speak, admit this to myself. So a lot of the times people can't be honest with themselves, let alone other people. They get too easily triggered. So it's the sensitivity around being too emotional, being too triggered, and being too mentally weak, mental weakness and emotional weakness. And then people get angry and offended when someone says that, because it's like they get defensive, but it's true. And your defensiveness, your anger, your denial, your procrastination, that's affecting you. That's not kind on you. Can't you see that? Can't you realize that? It's the denial, it's the lack of honesty. So lots of people will resent me and not like me and hate what I'm saying and not like me. Some won't. Anyone that's successful, people won't like it. I understand human nature, I understand the ego, I understand the mind and those things. Because I have one. I've had to work on my own, and I've been coaching for 12 years. I see it every week. I help people. I grew up around it. I've said it before, my nan was my best teacher. She was the most kindest person I've ever met. So most people, compared to my nan, Not all, but most people seem really mean-spirited. That's just the truth in my life, my reality. Hopefully that can change. It has at times. So I'm not silly. Although I can be silly and I can be stupid, but I've got the courage to be brave and tell the truth to the best of my knowledge of what the truth is in this situation, which is fear and anxiety, human nature, human behavior. And we're going to get to the solution soon, which is courage and discipline. So, people get angry. It used to happen to me at school. Listen to this story, this is true. So I'm at school, I'm in the classroom, there's about 20, 30 kids. And there's kids getting bullied, right? And the school teacher can see what's going on, but she's not doing anything about it. And it makes me angry because it's like, there's injustice. You're not doing anything. And I'm like, excuse me. And then you're shouting at him, her, and me. We're not bullying anyone for something really small like chewing gum or, losing focus for a second. There's kids right in front of you getting bullied and abused. You're not doing anything about it. Are you out of your mind? And when I say, excuse me, the kids are getting bullied over there, and it's, Jonathan, no, hold on. The reason is, you don't want to face your fears. You don't want to risk losing your job, and you're scared that the bully's going to shout at you, but you're not protecting the kids. You're a coward. You shouldn't be a teacher. A teacher means looking after the kids, having their best interests. You've got to face your own fears. Teachers weren't facing their fears. And they shouted at me, and I got attacked and punished, and other kids did, because I had courage to stand up against evil and say, this isn't right. People are being bullied. I'm being bullied and not doing nothing about it because you're scared that the bullies are going to bully you, but you're a grown adult. You shouldn't be doing the job then. You're not qualified. I got shouted at for it. But of course we had other teachers that were good, that wouldn't let that happen because they had more personal boundaries, they had more love in their heart, they had more courage, and they were willing to face their fears to protect the vulnerable. And that's what people don't do a lot of times. People are selfish, we all are. People just think about themselves. They don't think about the fact that they could help so many people every day. You haven't got to be a teacher to help people. You haven't got to be a therapist. You haven't got to be a mentor. Just be a human being. So a lot of the times, people, I see it in London, they go into a coffee shop, they're rude, they're nasty, they're aggressive, they're passively rude and aggressive to the person that's working their arse off, to the girl that's working her arse off, or the gentleman, people that are working hard, that are doing an honest living, and they don't even have the decency and the character to say, like, how was your day? Like, thank you for the coffee. Sometimes these people have got a lot of money, or they've got good things, but they're not happy because their characters are weak. They're not facing their fears. They're just miserable. So the misery, procrastination, it also comes from being selfish for all of us, because all we're thinking about is ourself, my gym, my money, my finances, my social media, my life, my family. But you're not thinking that you're not the only one in the world that's struggling. Some people are struggling more than you. Help other people. So if you want to overcome procrastination, you've got to not just think about yourself, you've got to help others. And that's what helps you to get stronger. So it's not just about yourself. I say this to my clients. And when you do that, you're going to get blessed anyway. You're going to feel great because you're kind and you're giving, you're helping other people. You're just being, it's common sense, man. It's bloody common sense, but it's not common practice. So procrastination means all these things. It exposes your lies. It exposes your insecurities. It exposes all of your darkness when you procrastinate. So yes, we make it simple. So I could say to people, why haven't you started your business yet? You've been saying this for 20 years or 10 years. You still haven't done it. You've got a great idea. You're a good person deep down. You'd be really good at it. You'd help a lot of people. You'd help yourself. You'd make money. You'd help other people. You'd make a positive impact. It would change your mental health. But why haven't you done it? You've been talking about it for a hell of a long time. Nothing's getting done. And it's because part of you selfish. You care too much what people think. You care more about what they think about you than you care about yourself. And that's why your life hasn't changed. So it's all these things. So it's not just I procrastinate to go to the gym. No, it's not. That's not fully true. That is true to a certain degree. You procrastinate on all the things I've said. So it's not the gym, it's what it represents. Cleaning the apartment for years. For years, my mum used to say to me, you know, you're a good person, but your attitude, you're lazy. You are, you don't like doing things. Everyone said it. It used to make me angry. It used to irritate me, but it was true. It was true. If you're getting really angry and upset and offended, of course it's not true if someone's just bullying or being nasty, because they're nasty. That's not right. But if someone's telling you something not in a nasty way, but for your own good, and it bothers you that much, it's because it's true. The truth hurts. So for many years, I was good in a lot of other areas, but I was very poor in other areas. I had no discipline. My character was weak. My mind was weak. I was selfish at times, and I was immature because I thought that I'm not going to wash up dishes. I'm too good for that. I'm not getting on the floor and cleaning the floor. I'm not cleaning my apartment. I'm above that. I want to go out and be successful. No, my attitude was wrong. That was destroying my mental health. My character was making me a selfish person. So when I realized that through suffering, learning, praying, and sometimes you just learn it, I went, hang on a minute. My mum was right. My nan was right. People were right. I was wrong. So most people can't even admit they're wrong today. Their pride. If you always think you're right, boy, you got a lot of growing up to do. You're going to go through a lot of pain. You're going to have to learn some hard lessons in life because none of us are always right. And it takes characters to say, you know what, I'm actually sorry, I was wrong there, apologise for that and really mean it. So people don't want to be sincere, procrastination. So stop, cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit, life's too short, I haven't got time for it. Stop bullshitting yourself. Stop hating people, stop going online, criticising people that are honest. And you're saying they're dishonest because you're dishonest. You're saying that people are scammers because you're a scammer. Because you scammed in your life and you're angry that someone has gone out and made an honest living because you haven't got the courage to do it. So this is where it gets really tough. These are the conversations that you've got to have if you want to be a better person and get your ass out of bed. Have some respect, treat people with respect, clean your apartment, be thankful for what you've got, go to the gym, take on your fears, help other people. That's when life starts to improve, but it doesn't come without suffering. It doesn't come without pain, and you've got to handle criticism. I've never been, hold on a second. When I was on benefits, when I was broke, when I was suicidal, when I was depressed, no one criticized me. No one had much to say about me. No one did. But when I became successful, when I overcame suicidal tendencies, when I become financially free, when I finally, thank God, when I got a lovely girlfriend, when I became successful, when I started to help people, when I started to do public talks, I got a lot of criticism from people, hatred. It's not personal, it's a compliment, knee-jerk reaction, because they're jealous, they don't have any discipline. So, overcoming procrastination, you've also got to look at the way that you criticize people all the time, because you criticize yourself, the self-hatred, the self-disgust, the anger towards yourself, the projection of that. And people don't want to look at that and face that. And that's why they say, I just keep procrastinating going to the gym, because at some point you've got to face that. That is going to come up. You cannot avoid it unless you avoid it, and the pain will start getting bigger and bigger. But it's good if you face these things, actually good for you and everyone, because you just become a better person. You become less critical on yourself and others, more of a caring, loving person, a stronger person. So these are the tough conversations that most people can't have. That's why people like to do small talk. That's why they look to talk bad about people. People want to talk bad about Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua because they're jealous that they're not successful. They haven't achieved what Tyson Fury's achieved and Anthony Joshua or anybody. Or they want to talk bad about Floyd Mayweather. Anyone who's successful, they want to talk bad about, because deep down they're jealous that they haven't done it in their life, that they failed. They failed to get out of bed. They failed to help people. They failed to stop being a coward and go out and do a public talk and face the public. They failed to do it. So when they see someone else doing it, it makes them angry. it reminds them of what they don't have the courage to do. And when I started to realize this, I wasn't scared of bullies no more. I wasn't scared of bullies, I wasn't scared of criticism, because I've been through so much of it and I nearly killed myself. So the criticism I had in my own mind was so evil and harsh, I wasn't frightened anymore of what people said, because I'd had it so much, I got used to it. And humility helped me. Kindness, love, goodness in people, training, martial arts, boxing, friendships, learning, life, not having any money, appreciating very little, having a lot of money, losing it, humility, being humbled. Those things gave me the strength to not fear those things. And just to, I don't feel sorry for them, pray for them. I understand why they're doing that, because I've been in the business of teaching for 12 years and I've been in the business of life for 40 years. But as I've said before, I'm not 40 years of age, I'm 40 years young, because I feel young. I train, I exercise, I practice gratitude, I work on my insecurities, I help other people. So most people are not helping anyone. And that causes procrastination, because we're all human. We all need a sense of being valued in giving. And if you're not giving, then you're going to feel like crap. You're going to procrastinate. And I said it before, giving starts off with the basic fundamentals of being a human being, kindness. And not fake kindness. Fake kindness is not giving, it's nasty. So if you're going to give fake nastiness, you might as well not do it. You're wasting everyone's time, and you're wasting your own time. So like I said before, procrastination, a good exercise is to consciously say, right, doesn't matter what mood I'm in. We're all going through what we're going through, but I'm going to discipline myself when I next go into the coffee shop to get my coffee or my groceries. Whoever's serving me, I'm going to go out of my way to be vulnerable and at least care about them and be nice. It's only going to be for a few minutes when you're getting the coffee you're paying. How quick is the interaction? You come to the front of the till and they say, what would you like? And you say, I'd like cappuccino, please. And they might say, what milk? Normal milk. And then like, okay, here's the price. And you get your card out and you pay for it. And during that time, you have about 30 seconds or a minute, and you can say, oh, by the way, how's your day going? How are you feeling today? And mean it. That takes discipline. Most people today in our culture can't even do that. They don't even have the discipline. They don't even have the awareness to do that. They don't have the heart to do that. And then they wonder why they're miserable and they're complaining and resentful, and they want to hate on anyone else who's better than them, kinder than them, more confident, more disciplined, in better shape. It's them. It's us. We got to take responsibility, because it will always be someone else then. You won't escape that prison that you're in. So that's why you procrastinate. Procrastination is you fear what everyone thinks about you, and it's also selfishness. And it's also, procrastination is also a lot of the good in you. People fear being good. It takes courage to be kind. It takes courage to be vulnerable. It takes courage to love, for all of us, because we've all been hurt. And that's kind of a continuation. I'd say again, with that thing, I said sometimes again, as I said, I understand your fear, but that can also be selfish too. I'm not just saying for you, for everyone, because I understand it, and be compassionate. But when it's like, I'm worried that I can't carry out a conversation, I don't bother engaging. I mean, that's quite selfish, isn't it? Because it's like, you're a valuable person. There's lots of people out there that need you. We all need each other. We can't do it on our own. So think about that. That might help you. So I'm not saying that it's not challenging, and I had the same challenges that you did, but that's all about you. What about other people? So a lot of the times I see it with people, they're walking down the street, they got loads of money, they're wealthy, they got more than they need. Someone's homeless, someone's starving, or someone is dying for someone just to care about them for 5 seconds, even a conversation to be acknowledged. They see it and they just ignore it and walk on. They don't have the character. They're selfish, and they wonder when they go home to their apartment or wherever they're living why they're still so unhappy and empty, despite having money, social status, material things, but they don't like themselves. They have no self-love. because they couldn't do something small that is a big deal. And I'm not saying every time, because obviously you can't do it every time. That's not plausible, but you can do it sometimes. You can give what you have. It doesn't always have to be money. A lot of the times, someone who's homeless just wants someone to maybe take away their anxiety and fear by having a conversation with them. But most people don't have the character. They don't have the awareness. They don't have the heart to do that. And it's because they're not disciplined. And it's all about them. So I said before to a client, I think I said in the live stream, one of you was doing great, but you said, I can't motivate myself. I think was it a client? I was mentoring a client, and I was doing a session with him in person. And he said, oh, I couldn't run the other day. I wanted to run. I watched your video, Jonathan. I wanted to do it. And I said, look, sometimes you've got to do it for someone else. You can't do it for you because you're too scared right now. That's fine, be honest. Or you're scared to face it. You're scared to go and run and face that fear of running, the anxiety. But I said, why don't you go run for somebody else who's suicidal, who's depressed, who's at home, or someone that you know that needs strength. Go and run for them. Made him think, made him get into his heart more. Done the same for me when I have days where I think I don't feel like running today because I've ran a lot, I've got a lot of results, I've been really consistent, and I think, I'm in a minute. A lot of people watch my stuff. I'm here to set a positive example, also here to show that I'm not better than anybody. I'm vulnerable, I do the best I can, keep on working, helping people, but I need to set an example. It makes me get off my backside and go and do that run and really put the effort in. And then to put the video out, I film a clip of me running, I put it out. It helps a lot of people, men and women of all ages, gives them hope, might change their life. You might go on a run, you don't know, you might meet someone that's going to change your life on that run. You might meet your wife. For women, you might meet your husband. You don't know. You might solve a problem that you've been able to unsolve for years on that run. You never know. Something might click. You might be on the run and all of a sudden you go, oh my goodness, for 20 years I've been holding on to anger and resentment and it's been destroying my life, and I want to let go of that now. You see, it's the simple things. I make my teaching simple, but what's complicated is the lies that people tell, the lack of honesty, and getting caught up in all the different complexities of fear. So back to simplicity again. The best thing to start off with procrastination is to make your bed. I was listening to a speech yesterday. I've been listening to it a lot. It's brilliant. I think he was it wasn't David Goggins, who was 10 out of 10 Goggins. It was another Navy SEAL. I'm going to remember his name. He's great. He did a talk on how to be a better person and change your life and help people. The first thing he said was make your bed. Same truth as me. Same truth as people that were on this earth before me, because we come to the same truth. And he said the same thing I said. If you want to change the world, you've got to make your bed. Because if you don't have the character and the discipline and the integrity and the guts and the humility to make your bed, then you ain't going to make it in life. Because if you can't make the bed, how can you take on life challenges? How can you do it? You won't be able to do it. It won't be sustainable. How can you respect people if you can't make your bed? It's a small thing, but it's a big deal. So procrastination starts off by when you wake up in the morning saying, I'm thankful to be alive because tomorrow's not promised for any of us, and I'm going to make the bed. No, it wasn't Jocko Willnick. He's awesome too. It was another gentleman. All of them are awesome. They're all awesome human beings that are tough, that are generous, that are hardworking. I respect all of them. All of them inspire me. But why is it so many people don't inspire me? Why don't they inspire other people? Because they're selfish, they're lazy, they're not honest about their fears, they won't even get help. And that's not good for everyone. Now, of course, I say this before, we've got to put things into perspective. If you're extremely mentally unwell, you're not lazy. I've been extremely mentally unwell. I wasn't lazy. I was mentally sick. I had to go to a mental hospital and get help. That's different. But for those people that are not mentally unwell, they're not where I was in 2017, where I had a nervous breakdown. I physically needed help, and I asked for the help, which takes strength, and I got the help. But those that are not in that state, You've got no excuse. If you're healthy and you're alive, then you're lazy if you're not taking action. You're lazy, you're selfish. You're not appreciating the gift of life. You are lazy and selfish. That's what you are. That's what you're being. Go in the dictionary, it will tell you that, and you're a coward. You're a lazy, selfish coward that's selfish, that only thinks about themselves and doesn't think about others. That's one of the best virtues of life. I learned that when I was a small kid. Basic common sense. One of the first things I learned is probably the best thing I learned, and I'm going to remind it on the channel. One of the first things I learned that I remember, you know, when you're born, you're young, like when you're a kid, you're first born, you're first coming into the world, learning about life and parent. The first thing I learned was to share with other people, to be kind. I remember my mum and dad saying it, my nan, even learning, even my faith, even with Jesus, even with Christianity, even from other friends, from other faiths. I had friends of all faiths growing up. The first thing that I learned in life, even at school, the first thing was to share with other people, was to be kind to other people. I don't remember much else than that to begin with. That was the foundation of life. It's like, you're alive on the planet, you're born, there are other people, they're just like you, they're human, and share with them, be kind. Wow, that makes me cry. That makes life worth living. But people forget that very easily. They forget that quick. And that is the foundation of everything. That's how I made friends at school. I was scared on my first day at school. We all were. I was scared to death. I was shy and nervous. I was afraid that no one would like me. I didn't know how to talk to people. I was young. Everything was new, went to school. But because of the vulnerability, I made some good friends. Of course, some people you don't get along with. It's not personal. You just don't, your personalities don't match up. But I was nervous. They were nervous. The vulnerability, the honesty, the humanity, not pride, not arrogance, not, and then great friendships were built. And then you felt safe with one another. That's friendship. That's kindness. That is overcoming procrastination. Most people that procrastinate all the time, I guarantee you if I check their character, they're not that kind to people. They're not kind to themselves. Now that, I'm not saying that defines them as a person. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Of course, everyone's got a lot of kindness in them. That's a big part of my teaching, huge part of it, and what I practice. But for a long while now, they're not kind. Because you can't be if you're in that state and you're not honest about it. How can you be kind if you've been procrastinating for so many years? And your procrastination is anger, it's bitterness, it's resentment, it's hatred, it's all those things. People don't want to admit that. So they use a polite term and they say procrastination because it sounds inoffensive and it's not that truthful. It's a polite term. Fair enough, use it. It doesn't offend me, but I want to get to the truth of the bottom of this problem so we can help more people to overcome mental health problems and to be a better person, live a better life, or to remind them of the person that they used to be. So people will say things like, you know, I used to be such a kind person. I used to be like just really open with people, really caring, really easygoing, really funny. People like me. That's a lovely thing. I love that. It's beautiful. But what happened now then? What happened for the last 5-10 years? Why have you been a nasty person? Why have you been such a moody person? Why are you always judging people? Why are you always talking bad about your friends behind their back? Why have you not got nothing good to say about your own friends that you say you love? That is not honest. Why don't you tell them to their face then, instead of talking to them behind their back, instead of telling me? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear negativity. I don't want to hear nastiness. Have some balls and character to say it to their face then. See what they say. See if you've got the guts to do that. You haven't got the guts to do that. You haven't got the guts to say nice things about your friends behind their back. And you also haven't got the guts to tell them to the face the negative things that you think about them. You're a coward. Admit that. You can't even admit that. I can admit that for most of my life, a large proportion of it, I was a coward. I was a good person. I was always a kind person. But I wasn't consistently always kind because I got hurt by people and I thought, wow, I'm angry, and I had to learn, I had to change, I had to come back to myself and realize that nothing's going to change if I don't change it. So this is the discipline it takes. So I'm humbled. That's why when I'm doing the boxing, I love training. It's not easy for me, but I love it because it makes me face all this stuff. Everything, can't avoid it. Everything's got a face. So people just see me, which is just a bit of fun. They see, oh, there's an old guy, 40-year-old slim guy. He's doing boxing on the bag. Yeah, I'm hitting the bag, but they don't really know what's going on inside. Now you'll know. It's good. I'll tell you to help people. I'm working on everything. When I'm working on the bag, I'm thinking, right, hope my client's all right. Hope his mental health's good. Hope his business is going well. Hope he's doing the things that we're working on in the sessions. I'm working on thinking about him. Hope my family are all right. You know, I hope people that I look up to are all right. Hope Tyson Fury's doing all right. You know, hope David Goggins is all right. Hope my friends are all right. But I'm loving this training. I appreciate this. Oh, this makes me think about my nan. Love my nan so much. This makes me think about my friend that I love. My friend that's passed away. I'm devastated, but grateful that I had a good friend like that. And this gives me good memories of Fitzroy Lodge. I'm so grateful. I'm sometimes tearing up. And I'm just loving it. I love being here. Nothing matters. Don't need fake stuff. I don't like fake stuff. Don't care about all that stuff. I don't want it. I wouldn't even accept it. I don't want anything fake. I ain't got time for it, and I wouldn't accept it. I value myself too much. I've got too much humility. I'm too vulnerable. So I'm training on the bag, working on everything in life, and I enjoy it. When I'm on the bag, this is my mindset. This is what goes on in my heart. I'm on the bag, I'm thinking, I wish everyone in this gym to be happy, because not everyone in the gym where I train is happy. Some of them are struggling. I think, I don't want to make anybody feel small in the gym. I want everyone to feel safe around me. I want everyone to be happy. And maybe it's a little bit naive, but I still believe it and hope that. I hope everyone is enjoying their workout. Then I have a conversation. There's a guy that goes to the gym. We really respect each other. A younger guy than me, trains hard. He plays basketball. I really admire him. He looks up to me. I look up to him because he's a lovely person. He's friendly. He's kind. He works hard. He come up. He had a conversation with me. He's a kind person. He's a kind man, kind young man. All of it. This is procrastination. This is the conversation that most people don't want to have online. You go online, they're not being honest again. Once again, a lot of good people, but they're holding back. They don't want to reveal that they have fears. They want to be the teacher all the time. That's not me. I don't care about that stuff. I just care about being myself, being human and helping people. Yeah, we have a title. I'm a teacher. I'm a mentor. That's fine, but I don't need all that. I'm a person also that needs help as well, that gets help. I'm a student. I'm humble and I want to stay humble and try and be as humble as I can and keep learning. So, it's about being honest. And being honest that none of us are perfect, but we can improve. And if you can't be honest, then you're not going to overcome procrastination. So confession is important. Good morning to you, man. So the conversation and the dialogue today that I'm having with all of you, I really appreciate you coming on the stream, is mentorship. This is my teaching. It's simple. My teaching's simple. Very, very simple. Is it easy to practice? I'm not going to lie to anyone. It's not easy to practice. It's really challenging, really scary, really frightening, lonely, overwhelming. But that's not all of it, but also beautiful. There is hope. It doesn't stay there forever. It's worth it. So, I practice what I preach, I live what I teach, and I also struggle with it, which is good. If I didn't struggle with what I was teaching, then I wouldn't be a humble person. I'd be a smart ass. I'd know everything. I don't know everything. I'm not better than anyone. So if I was at a stage where I was like, well, I know everything now. I just teach everything now. I'm this. It's not the case. I'm glad it isn't. So fear is a good thing in many ways. Obviously, in a healthy proportion, not to where it's making people suffer, where they're mentally unwell. That's not good. We don't want that. But a healthier amount of fear is fuel. It's what we need. We're human. So, procrastination is a polite term for anxiety, and all of the intricate details of anxiety, what I've described in the last 45 minutes or so. And it gets tough. See me, I'm breathing now. This gets tough, this talk. We are 45 minutes in and I've made a commitment to speak for an hour and a half. I'm not leaving this chair until I do an hour and a half. I'm scared. It's tough. It's tough. I'm in the trenches. I'm in the deep end. The emotions start to, get out of breath. My mind's still. There's pain. I'm grieving. We're all going through challenges, but I'm also really grateful. I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I made it this far. Because to get to this point and have this conversation with you, I had to risk my life. It's not a joke. I don't mind people laughing. I've got a good sense of humour. But I had to risk my life because when I was younger, people actually said they were going to stab me to death. They were going to shoot me. They were going to kill me. And they were going to murder me if I spoke up to them. So then when they were bullying me and shouting at me, they said, if you say something, we're going to kill you. So I just got scared. Obviously, I was frightened. I was a vulnerable kid. I didn't want to get stabbed and shot and killed. So I just went quiet. I was a meek lamb. But I got to a stage in my life where I said, I would rather die. I'd rather them kill me than live as a coward. I'm not doing that anymore. It's too painful. That's evil. I'm going to stand up for what is right. I'm not having someone tell me that I can only speak when they tell me. That's abuse, that's bullying. I wouldn't treat someone else like that. So I remember saying to a bully at school, well, you better kill me now then. What are you talking about? He said, after school, we're going to come down a gang and we're going to stab you up. I said, no, I don't want to die after school. After school is 3 hours. I want to die now. Kill me now. I want you to kill me today, right now. I want to die now. I don't want to go to the lesson anyway. It's boring. Kill me now. He got terrified. He said, you're crazy. I said, yeah, I am crazy, but I'm not frightened of you. You're not bullying me no more, so kill me now. I didn't die. I survived. I'm 40 years of age now, 40 years young. I was 15 when that happened. 15, so work out the maths, 25 years ago. But inside, before I said that, I thought, I'm scared. They're going to kill me. I haven't done anything wrong. They're going to stab me to death. I didn't do anything wrong. I did nothing wrong. They're just bullying me because they're bullies. They're evil at that time. God bless them now. I don't wish any harm on them at all. I hope that they're doing well. Obviously, they've probably got families and stuff now, whatever. But that was back then. But that's what I went through. So it wasn't easy for me to get to this point, to be doing this live stream. But I don't need any of you to appreciate that. But if you did appreciate that, it's nice to be appreciated for the hard work that you put in when you've risked your life, when you've grown up in an environment where people are getting stabbed and shot. There's drugs, there's crime, there's poverty, there's mental health problems, there's a lack of education, there's a lack of direction. That's where I come from. That's where I grew up. But there's also a lot of goodness there, obviously. It's not easy life, but you can make the best of it. To answer your question, by going through what I've described in the last 47 minutes, so you said to me, how do I talk for a long time without running out of things to say? I had to face death. I had to face many, many deaths. Because when you're so frightened of something, if you don't face it, you're living, which is great, but you're not facing a mini death, which is healthy. Well, you're not actually going to die, but it feels like that. I'll give you an example. Public speaking. Public speaking it's either number one, somewhere top on the list of all human fears. Everybody, including me, is petrified of public speaking. I've done hundreds of public talks. I love speaking, as you can tell, but I'm absolutely terrified to speak. Some of you might say that doesn't make sense. How can you be terrified, Jonathan? You're speaking now. You're not running out of things to say for almost an hour. You're a good speaker. You're an excellent speaker. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm even scared to say that about myself. I'm trying to be humble, but I am a great speaker. I'm an excellent speaker. I've got a gift. I don't take credit for it because I speak from my heart. If I can get out of my own fears, and many people can speak. But when I'm honest about the fact that I'm absolutely petrified to speak because I got bullied growing up and my life was threatened, and I even got bullied by my own dad. That absolutely terrified me. That was the first person to bully me growing up. My own dad bullied me. And he was the one that put a lot of fear in me through his bullying and abuse. I was frightened to death of my own dad. So I had to face my own dad, stand up to him. That took many years. And bullies at school, teachers, even family members, aunties, uncles. Shh, speaking too loud, Jonathan. Shh, you're giving us a headache. Shh, you're too deep. They made me want to commit suicide later on. Obviously, I don't think they were consciously trying to make me kill myself. They wasn't. But they didn't realize that the way they spoke to me eventually affected me. It affected my mental health because they made me feel disgusting. They made me feel like I was a dirty person, like I wasn't good enough to be loved, and there was something wrong with me, and I was very ashamed. I don't feel that way about myself anymore. But that's how they made me feel, by silencing me, threatening me, and bullying me socially. So I had to stand up to all that. Family, bullying teachers, my own dad, my own intrusive thoughts, to do what was right. Because what they were doing was evil, was wrong. I wasn't harming anyone. I was just being myself. They were the ones that were actually speaking ill of people, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't enjoy it. It made me sick to my stomach. I didn't want to sit and spend 2-3 hours talking bad about family members. I just wanted to be kind and nice. So this is what I had to overcome, but it was worth it. That's why I've experienced some of the highest levels of gratitude and joy and love in life, because I had the guts to face death. And that's what got me out on stage, and I was strong enough to go, I have a passion in me that I'm willing to die for. I want to help good people. I want to do good. I've always enjoyed that. That was something that was embedded in me from when I was young. And a lot of that was obviously influenced and shaped and motivated by being bullied and having evil done to me and seeing it done to other people and not liking it. I didn't like it as a kid. I didn't like evil. I liked good. I always liked the good guy, the good woman as a kid. And I'm glad that I'm still that way. I always did. I didn't like evil. I didn't like people being nasty to people because I'd had it done to me. But I'd also been treated really kindly. So I was smart enough to know the difference. One of my best managers I ever had at Royal Mail, a dear friend and like a mentor to me. I never forgot the guy. I never forgot how he treated me. So he treated me well. We never forget until we on our deathbed till we die. We never forget in our life those people that were treated us well, that were kind to us, that were loving, whether it's a family member, it was a boss, a friend, a previous partner, relationship, wife, husband, whoever it was in our life, whether they're in our life for 5 minutes or 5 years. We never forget. The heart doesn't forget. The spirit does not forget someone who was generally treated us well, and they didn't have some kind of hidden motive to get something. We never forget it. I never forget him. I was working at Royal Mail. I'm 40 years young now. I started working at Royal Mail, I think I was about 22 years of age. I was petrified. It was like the first proper job I had, but I grew to love it. My manager at the time, my line manager, Michael, I'm not going to say his surname, many Michaels, he said to me, Mr. O'Halloran, can't do his voice, he had a Caribbean accent. I love accents. And he said to me, change what you can change, accept what you can't change, be smart enough to know the difference between the two. I love that. I never forgot it, you see? You don't forget it. And he treated me really well. I respected him. So I've been treated really well in my life by some family members, by friends, by school teachers, by members of authority, by the general public, by other people. So I know what it feels like to be treated well, and it feels amazing. It's honest, it's correct, it's righteous, it's right. I know how that feels. So I have that experience in life. That's kept me alive. That's why I've still got hope in people. Otherwise, I wouldn't waste my time, because I'm underpaid, I'm overworked, and every single day I work, I risk my own mental health. But it's worth it for good people. It's worth risking your life for good people. That's humanity. That's faith. That's everything to me. Without that, I don't care about nothing. Nothing means anything to me. All the money in the world, followers, all that kind of stuff, that would just make me physically sick and miserable without caring about people, without having truth in your life, common sense, what I said earlier, the basic fundamentals of any decent human being. So, on the flip side of that, I've been treated poorly, obviously, like we all have. So, you know right from wrong. You're welcome. So a lot of the times, there's two reactions that you often get. You don't just get it from me. People will say it about Mike Tyson, Goggins, anyone that's truthful and goes deep. People will say, you're really deep. You're very deep about stuff. And you know what my response to that is? I'm going to breathe for a second. This is years of trauma. I am deep, and I'm glad I'm like that. I'm proud of who I am. That's who I am. That's how God made me to be. I'm not a surface-based person. I can't do it. Those that are surface-based, and that's who they are, that is beautiful. I respect them, but that's not who I am. That's my personality. If you've got a problem with it, you take it up with God. He made me. I wouldn't be anything without God, without faith. That's my personality. What you see is what you get. I'm a heart on your sleeve. I can't do small talk. Life's too short. Small talk hurts my body. You know, I went into Nando's the other day to have a cheat meal because I do my dieting, but I believe in, you know, can have a cheat meal here and there. Young gentleman was serving me, young guy, lovely kid serving me, and he was saying, "Hi, sir," you know, and would you want to sit on this table? I said, yeah, that would be great. I said, I'm a bit of an introvert. I would like someone at the back on my own, a bit of space. And he smiled and he said to me, have you got any allergies? I said, any allergies? Just unkind people, just unkindness. Other than that, I'm not allergic to it. And I said, small talk. He started laughing. We both laughed. That's me. If you don't like me, then that's your problem. I like me. I don't care if you don't like me. But the people that like me, that means everything. So most of my clients, most of my friends, most of my heroes, they don't like small talk. And we're going to get into that for a second. That's why small talk is not that fun. Now, of course, years ago, a girlfriend I was dating, and she was correct. You know, we spoke about this. She said to me, you know, she was critical. She said, you're very deep. Everything's about psychology with you. And I said, that's because that's my passion. That's what I do as a job. You know, I'm a teacher. I'm a therapist, I'm a psychologist, I'm a parent, I'm a mentor, I'm a financial coach, I'm a relationship coach. That's part of helping people. I do all those things. That's my passion. If you don't like that, then date someone else. Get rid of me. You told me you love me. You said I'm romantic and all these things. She said, yeah, you are. But she said, I know you don't like small talk, but sometimes, and I said, actually, I'm right and you're right as well. You're right. Small talk has its place, but not too much. Because I don't like it. Do you know what small talk? For me, small talk doesn't feel honest. I don't like doing that to people. I feel like it's not honest. It's not kind. You know, obviously we have to do it sometimes. How's your day? Yeah, my day's great. Yeah, how's the weather today? Yeah, it's pretty cold out there. Have a great weekend. Oh man, it makes me depressed. It makes me feel lonely and sad, disconnected from everyone, myself included. Oh man, it's true. The truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. So I'm not a fan of small talk. It makes me really nervous and awkward and stuttery and self-conscious. It's from the head, isn't it? Small talk. It's when you're in your head, when you're overthinking, and when we're generally judging one another. We're doing small talk because in our head we're comparing ourselves and we're judging the other person, trying to find flaws in them because we want to make ourselves feel better because we feel so insecure. I don't like it. Not a fan of it. I do it, minimize my small talk, and when I do small talk, there has to be love in it. Usually when people do small talk, it's full of hatred and resentment. There's no love in it. There's no love in it. What's the point? It's people play this game and they ain't got the courage to just cut the BS and just be nice, or just say, look, I'm having a bad day today. I'm feeling a bit awkward. I'm sorry that I can't talk. Just said, no problem. I understand. I'm human. I've been there. Like, do have some space. So, procrastination is facing those social fears as well of small talk. Of course, it has its place, but you can minimize small talk and you can be respectful. So, of course, there's times I understand when we don't have time to go deep with someone. Of course, you can't, obviously, well, maybe you could, but, you're not going to walk into Starbucks and start going deep about every deep thing about life because they ain't got time. So I understand that, but you understand my point. Some people overdo it. They do it in their relationships and they wonder why they're not happy in it, because you don't have good communication in your relationship. That's why most marriages don't work, because they don't communicate. There's no vulnerability because they're both scared of being hurt and shamed. They're not communicating. So the whole relationship's built on protection, not offending, not being truthful, not talking about, not even having the courage to say, you know, do you know how much I love you, how much you mean to me? Because what if we die tomorrow and I didn't tell you that? That's what I feel. Say it. How? If you can't tell your partner that you've given vows to and that you give your heart to, if you can't tell them, I'll say every day. I think every day is healthy. If you can't tell them every day that I love you so much or I love you, if you, I mean, that's procrastination. That's procrastination. Now, I've never been married, right? And I can tell the truth about that. But I've helped a lot of men who are married and women who have problems with communication. And obviously, I'm good at that. That's where a lot of my skill comes from, because the pain of me not being able to communicate for so many years, obviously because I had an abusive dad growing up who did many good things for me but did many negative things, and he was abusive. He wouldn't let me communicate. So he'd criticize me, he'd shout at me when I was younger, he'd beat me, beat the crap out of me. It caused me a lot of pain, and that pain motivated me to stand up to my dad and people and to speak from the heart with honesty, with kindness, with love, and to do it as much as I can. And that's what's missing in a lot of relationships. And also people saying, look, we love each other. We need to sit down and have a conversation. There's things in the relationship that are not working, that I'm not happy about. Let's see if we can work these things out. Most people can't do that. It's easy for me. That's easy for me because I've been through things that are so difficult. That is easy for me. Having a mental health breakdown was really difficult. I couldn't get through it without good people, without faith. You know, without my faith. So having a mental health breakdown and being so grateful to survive that makes it very easy for me to sit with any person, even when I've got a client. I did it with my client the other day. We'd get on really well, but I said to him, look, tell me, I'm not going to shout at you, don't have to be scared, care about it, but tell me, what is it you're not happy about that I'm not doing for you in the mentorship? If there's something, tell me, let's have a conversation. I want to help you, otherwise I can't help you. Don't just tell me all the things that you like that are good, because that's not fully honest. That's not going to help you or me. And I'm also going to tell you the things about you that is not working. He appreciated it. He told me, and I said to him, right, we got on well. The relationship actually gets better. It has a chance of working. Otherwise, it's going to fall apart. People are carrying resentment, anger, frustration. And sometimes that frustration is you're not telling a person things about them that you love about them, you like, because you don't have the confidence to do it. I lost a loved one on the 7th of February. I had her since August 2006. My cat Tilly, she had to be put to sleep. She was exhausted, lost her appetite. Oh man, it's heartbreaking. I'm sorry that you went through that. It's I love cats. My friend was having a conversation. It's interesting that you brought that up, and they're just the most. Cats are so beautiful, man. You know, unlike humans, they don't want anything from you. Usually, they want to be fed. They can be a little bit selfish in their own way, but they're so giving. Cats are healing. I love cats. My whole family loves them. So I'm sorry that you went through that, but I hope you don't mind me saying this because you're not in person. But you know, live your best life. Do it for your cat. And I'm going to be straight with you, right? And it's not comparing, but I lost a friend, you know, I lost my best friend to suicide about 8 or 9 months ago. And it's tough when you're grieving, you know, whether you lose your cat. My dog died as well when I was younger, and I know what your cat means to you. So, you know, just hold your cat dearly in your heart and live your best life. Do it for your cat, whatever you're going through. Obviously, you're going to be grieving, you're sad, and you've got a right to do that and get it out, cry, express. Keep going, you know, use the love that you had for your cat, the memories to drive you forward and live your best life. Yeah, man, I love cats, man. I tell you what, man, I'm glad that you brought your cat up. You've helped a lot of people, because we're talking about, well, we started off today talking about how to overcome anxiety, procrastination. And sorry, I've been on a big tangent, and I've gone that way. It's great. I'm going to give the solution now. So the solution is one word. Okay, procrastination is one word, right? People go, I struggle, I procrastinate. Procrastination is basically ruining my life. Great, there's a lot of information. I've covered that, right? My jaw's aching from the honesty and the talking. I'm happy to be here and I'm grateful for what everyone's given me. It's equal. So the solution for procrastination is one word, and the word is discipline. And I wrote it on this title. I think I wrote it on this title. So discipline is what you need to combat, overcome, come to terms, heal, remove, face procrastination. But guess what? I've got to say this, and I'm reluctant to share this, and I'm a little bit scared to say this out loud to everyone, but it's the truth, and I'm going to say it, and I'm scared to hear it, and I know that all of you don't want to hear it. Let me get my breath. I've also been told as well, I've been criticized growing up. I've been told that I'm very dramatic. I was told that by parents, by many people. And do you know what? I am. I agree with that. I was criticized by that by a lot of people. They said, you know what? You're very dramatic, Jonathan. You're drama. I am dramatic. I am definitely dramatic. I have it as a kid. I love movies. I've watched a lot of movies growing up. I like the hero. I like doing good, and I like theatre. I like acting. I like expression. I like love. I like honesty. And so yeah, I can handle that. Anything else? But I will say this. This is a bit of my insecurity, but me standing up for myself and anyone else, and this will inspire others. But I am disciplined though. I have got a good heart. I am hardworking. I am brave. I am determined. And I don't know everything, and I'm willing to fail and get back up again. So you forgot to mention that too. So I'm not just dramatic. Dramatic doesn't sum up me as a person. That might be a characteristic, a tendency, a pattern, but that's part of me. I'm not perfect. I'm vulnerable, and I'm not going to respond and say what I think of you, because I want to have a better character than that. So I'm not going to start saying horrible things or about where I think what you are. It's not me. I'm not going to do that. Good luck to you. Thank you. So discipline is not emotions. If we go by our emotions, we will not be disciplined. If I go by my emotions, I run out of this room right now. I don't do this talk because my emotions are saying, that's enough, Jonathan. You've given everything. It's too honest. You've got to leave now. You've got to leave the house. You've got things to do. My body's aching. My spirit is energized. I feel blessed and happy to be on it. It's a pleasure to connect and help people and have people help me and appreciate me or not like me. All of it's a pleasure. It's all gratitude. Tomorrow's not promised. I never thought I'd get to this point. I was told I wasn't good enough. At times I believed it. But discipline is a commitment. So discipline is I'm going to go gym 5 days a week. As long as I'm alive, no excuses. Whatever the challenges are, I'm going to go gym. It's an hour every day for 5 days a week. I'm just going to do it. It's a habit. I'm going to start. I'm not going to judge myself. I don't have to be perfect. I'm just going to get my ass in the gym. I'm going to do whatever I can, even if I do half an hour. Discipline is a commitment. Discipline is character. Discipline is doing things that are difficult, but falling in love with them and enjoying them. Discipline is doing things that are not just for yourself, but for other people. Do it for someone else. Like we said before, we all lose people. It's tragic, sad. It's sad as hell. But of course, I try to practice an even stronger virtues is celebrate the person's life and appreciate them and honor them and move forward, be a better person. Discipline is a commitment. So people make a commitment to get married at the start and they give vows, and there's discipline in that, right? We're going to love each other through sickness, through health, through poverty. But most people don't follow that through. They don't have the discipline. Because when there's challenges in the marriage or the relationship, they don't go and get the therapy to work things out and stay together. They just quit. One cheats or one leaves or goes, I'll just go and meet someone else. They don't stick it out and really try and make it work. Now, of course, if you're sticking it out, you've done everything's not working. I totally understand that people have got to get a divorce. I'm not saying that. But most people don't stick it out, don't have the discipline, because emotions take over. So discipline's not emotions. And you've got to do this every day until the day that you die, if you want to live your best life. Because a lot of people think, I'm going to find a teacher, I'm going to go online, and Jonathan or someone or a therapist, someone's going to give me something It's going to take my pain away, and I'm never going to feel anxiety again. I'm never going to feel depressed again or down. I'm never going to procrastinate. BS. It's BS. It's phony. I wish I could take away your pain right now, take the whole world's pain away, and mine too. I've got the power to do that. Just a vulnerable human being trying to live the best life I can and be the best person I can be. But what I can give you the best of my knowledge and ability right now, which is the truth is every day. Unless, of course, it's your choice. If you said to me, I'm not doing that, it's none of my business. It's your life, your choice, but I'm here to teach what I know to be true and what works. So you can't just say, well, I'm going to be disciplined for 30 days on my diet, and after 30 days, I'm going to quit it. Well, then you're going to go be overweight again then. You can't say that I want to be a kind person. I want to live a life of kindness. So you're kind for 3 months, and then when someone hurts your feelings, you say, right, I can't be kind forever because, I could be alive for the next 50 years. That's a long time to be kind. Well, yeah, that's how long you're going to live. Well, then you're going to live in misery then. Think about the reverse then. So if I said to someone, you can do one of my programs, my paid programs. I do short-term paid mentorship. I do somewhere in the middle, long-term. But whatever program that you work with me on, what I'm going to teach you, when the program expires and you've got what you want from the program and it's time to depart, you've got to practice it for life. Otherwise, you're just going to go back to square one again. So the things that my mentors taught me, that I spent my hard-earned money on, which was worth it. I did paid mentorship. I've invested thousands of pounds into teachers and therapists. And I've also been grateful that I've received thousands of pounds of free mentorship. I've had free therapy from kind people, free mentorship. I've done paid and appreciated both, but everything they've taught me, I am practicing it right now. I discovered Les Brown stuff when I was 25 and I was suicidal, and I didn't have money at the time, so I physically didn't have the money to pay him. I would have done it, but I appreciated the free stuff that he put out. His free stuff helped me change my life. I'm still practicing what Les Brown taught me when I was 25 years young, and I'm 40 years young. 25, 30, 35, 40, 15 years ago. I got to do it every single day. I got to do it tomorrow. If I think about it now, it terrifies me to my boots. So I practice discipline, just focus on one day at a time. One day at a time. If I don't do one day at a time, I feel relief now. I feel great. I feel joyous. So we can only live one day at a time. But whilst we're here, that's the commitment. That's the mentality. When people go into relationships, and I mean every relation, I'm not just talking about romantic or marriage. I'm talking about friendship. I'm talking about business. Even your walk with faith. I respect everyone's faith, by the way. My faith is a Christian, but whatever faith you are, I respect you. I've got friends from all walks of life, and I don't put my stuff on other people. That's not me. I don't feel that's right for me. For other people, that's them. Great, unless people ask me. But for whatever the case may be, if it's diet, discipline, training, business, if it's education, whatever it is that you want to achieve and excel in or helping people, you've got to dedicate your life to it. If you don't dedicate your life to it, you will not be successful because you won't commit. You won't be consistent. You won't have momentum. You will not give all your, you will protect yourself. So my commitment, when I had a mental health breakdown in 2017 and I thought my life was over, I was in absolute terror for my life. Thank God I read some stuff in the Bible. I don't know how it done it. And good people helped me. And then that's the waterworks. Then I had a realization in hospital and I felt how I feel now. Calm, grateful, human, positive, thankful. From that place, I said, when I get out of here, when they eventually let me out of this place, and it took me a few years to recover, everything's got to change. I'm making a commitment to change my life, change my ways and my teaching, and many more things, and my faith. because I lost my faith for many years. It really broke my heart. That's another story, maybe for another video. Those of you that care to hear it, that's fine. Those of you that don't. I said, you know what? I'm sick and tired. I'm not living right. You know, I'm not disciplined. I'm not committed. A lot of people say I'm a good person. I am, but I'm not being my best. I can't do this anymore. I can't lie to myself. I need to give more. I need to help a lot more people. Life's too short. So I said, when I get myself right and well again, when I get off the medication, when I get off the benefits, I want to pay my own rent, pay my own taxes, come off medication. I'm going to get myself in shape. Please, God, give me the health that I need. Give me life, because tomorrow's not promised and it's not in my hands. That's not in my hands. But what is in my hands, back to what my manager, Michael, said at Royal Mail, is what I can control. So I'm going to work on what I can control. And if I go into something, there's no half-truths. I ain't got time for it. I can't be 20%, 100% commitment. So I'm committing to my diet. I'm committing to my discipline. I'm committing to, I want to make more money because I want to give more money. I want to help more people. I've always wanted to be in a financial position where whenever I wanted to, if I saw a homeless person, I'd just go like this. Yeah, man, take that. That's yours. It's not just about money. It's very little. Or I want to help more people, talk to them as best as I can, obviously, without, you know, sabotaging my own mental health. And, you know, I want to be in better shape. I want to write books. I want to do talks. I want to help in other areas. I want to be a better person. I want to get the right relationship. I want to potentially get married. I want to help other people. I want to learn. I want to work on my issues. I want to get therapy myself. All these things. I want to run. I want to train. I've got to live it. I want to commit on YouTube. I used to be committed on YouTube. I lost my confidence when I broke down. I became insecure. I became paranoid, mentally unwell. I want to change my message on YouTube, evolve it, mature it, change all of it, learn, grow, be better, and commit to YouTube. And anything I do, if I'm not going to commit, then I'm going to at least be honest and say to myself, I'm not committing right now because I'm scared, or whatever the case may be. So whatever I do, I want to commit to it. Otherwise, it's just wasting my time, wasting everyone else's time. So overcoming procrastination is about making a commitment that there are no excuses, unless you've really got an excuse, and that's fine if it's valid. I said, if you're like mentally unwell, then that's fine. It's not an excuse. You need to get help. But if you're not mentally unwell and it's just general anxiety that we all have, and you're scared, which I understand, there's no excuses. So it's not giving yourself a way out, because whilst you give yourself a way out, you're never going to do it. I learned that in the amateurs in boxing at Fitzroy Lodge. Mickey Carney taught me that. Mark, all the teachers. I'd find a way out. I was too scared. I'll do it tomorrow, not now. I've got a stomachache, or no, I'm not feeling fit today. I will spar though, but I'll do it next week. That went on for weeks. I was a coward until finally I couldn't do it no more. The pain of running, the procrastination that I kept doing, the lies that I was telling myself, the lies that I was telling my trainer. He didn't buy my bullshit. He told me. He wouldn't let me do that. It was great. I didn't like it at the start. It upset me. It offended me. But when I realised that he's a good man and I need to shut up and listen, and he's saving my life and helping me later on, I appreciated it. I'm here now because of those experiences in Fitzroy Lodge and those mentors, giving thanks for what they've done to me. So I had to get in the ring. The pain, when the pain becomes more painful of not doing it, as opposed to the pain of doing it, you're going to do it. You're going to start that business. You're going to end that toxic relationship. You're going to begin that healthy relationship. You're going to say sorry to the person that you need to say sorry to, that you haven't said sorry for the last 20 years because of pride and anger and fear, or the other day, whatever the case may be. You're going to do it because the pain of not doing it is going to eat you alive. It's going to drive you insane. And then you're going to say, I can't do this anymore. And you're going to feel so much better when you do it. The pain of saying, the pain of putting off your rent, people do it. I've done it because of fear. Oh, I don't want to pay the rent. It's a lot of money. If I pay the rent, my bank account is not looking too good. I don't want to think about it. Oh, I'll pay it next month. Don't do that. Trust me, don't do that. I made that mistake when I was younger, and you get in arrears, it causes more stress. Pay the rent even if you've got no money. As long as you pay your rent, You can eat, you can sleep, you'll make some more money, you know, you'll be blessed. Good stuff, man. Good to hear it. That makes me so happy. I hope that you do it, though. I hope that you do it, Jesse Laban. I want you to do it. You know, don't waste my time, man. I'm not going to waste yours. I give everything from my heart on these calls. I feel like I'm going to pass out. I want you to do it, man. Don't let yourself down. Don't let me down. Don't let others down. Make that business call today, man. Face your fear, man. Stop being afraid. If you make the call and you get rejected, you're a champion. You did it. Do the best you can. Be honest on the call, man. Don't bullshit people, man. Don't lie to them. Don't manipulate. Be yourself, Jesse. Get on that call. Be you. And things are going to work out. I hope it works out. I hope you succeed on the call. But if you don't succeed in getting the result you want, you still succeeded because you showed up with all your heart. Make sure you do it, man. Yeah, because talk is cheap. We can all say what we're going to do. You know, this morning I woke up and I said, please, God, please give me the strength to do what I say I'm going to do, because I'm scared to say it. Because so many times in my life I said I was going to do this, that, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it because of fear and anxiety, procrastination, because I told myself that I can't handle it, I can't face it. So we all need strength, me included. I can't do this on my own every day without strength. I can't do it on my own. I'm not strong enough. Brilliant, man. Good for you. Accountability. So we need accountability, which is discipline. So don't go by your emotions. Emotions are fleeting and deceiving. But I tell you something, I'm always learning. When you practice discipline consistently, your emotions are regulated and they're even healthier. Now, I've got a couple of questions because I want to help more of you. What would you like me to talk about more on this channel? Because as you can hear, I teach in a lot of areas. I teach people how to change their life, how to be more honest in their communication, how to be disciplined, how to have gratitude, how to do the simple things in life. What are some of the questions that you want answered, specifics? I'll make videos, I'll do more live streams. I've got another 8 minutes to go. This has been beautiful but tough in a good way. I was working with a client recently doing my 1-year program, and as I said before, I don't have any fear of being honest to my clients, because my clients don't pay me for me to lie to them or for me to be a people pleaser. They pay me to look after them, tell them the truth, help them, and that's what I do. And one of my clients said to me, I said, it was a tough session today. It was a good one. And he went, what do you mean tough? Does that mean negative? I said, it's not negative. It's not negative. I said, it wouldn't be life otherwise. It was tough. He said, explain it. I said, it was tough. You're tough to work with. We had to work through a lot. I had to work through my own emotions to help you. I had to suffer to be kind to you. I had to suffer and pain and agony to hear the pain that you've been through, and to get you to do the things that you're paying me and asking me to get you to do, which is to face your fears and your procrastination in all areas of your life. But I love it. I appreciate you. And then I think one time he said, do you really mean that? I said, listen, my words are gonna knock me out. I said, I was in a mental hospital. I had a mental health breakdown. I thought my life was over. I was begging, crying, begging God I would not be dead in that place. So you think that I don't appreciate working with you, being blessed? He was emotional. He knew it. So honesty, accountability, all these things. What was my point? So when I say sometimes it's been a tough day, people often go, oh, that's negative. No, you don't understand. You're lacking awareness. Tough is me going, that was tough, man. I'm grateful. I didn't know if I can get through it or not. Thank God I got through it, and I've done something positive. I helped someone, and I've received a blessing too, but it was tough. Wow, that was a tough sparring session today. Wasn't easy. Last week I got in with a guy, he was easy work. He was easy because I knew I could beat him because he was easy. But this guy kicked the crap out of me, knocked 7 bells out of me, smashed me to pieces. I was scared. I wanted to cry for my mum and say, Mum, come and rescue me. This guy's beating me up. Hurts. Every punch was debilitating. My head was shaking. My jaw and teeth were rattling. My legs were shaking. I thought I was gonna, you know, go toilet in my trousers and get sick. And it hurt. I was tired. I wanted to get out. It was hard work. But when I come out the gym and I got showered and I got the approval from the trainer and I got the respect and the love, when I walked out the gym, I bursted out crying, because I felt proud of myself for having the courage to go through that and to be humbled and say, I actually got beaten by someone who's better than me. He's better than me. He's better than me, beat me up, but I tried. I'm brave. I grew from that experience, made me a better person. It's taught me a lot about life and character and how to treat people with respect, but also how to not be bullied by life and people and fear. It's made me appreciate, oh, I'm calm now. Oh man, whew, the storm's over. That was a tough sparring session today. It felt like I was gonna die. I thought I was never gonna end. Oh, I can't wait to go and see my nan. This is when my nan was alive, living. I can't wait to see my nan. Nan's gonna give me a hug, love. She's gonna make me some nice food. It's all easy and calm, but I've earned it. Even like my dad used to say, he was correct. You have to earn respect. He would say that. When I was young, I didn't like it. Now I appreciate it. He goes, you have to earn my respect. You have to earn it. Wash the dishes. I didn't like it. I remember he said, I work, your mum works hard, we cook, wash the dishes. I mean, I don't like the way he said it. Maybe he could have said it, but he was right in what he was saying. Respect. I didn't want to do it. I hated doing it when I was younger. I don't want to wash the dishes. Boring. Hated doing it. I wanted to go out and play with my friends, play video games. But obviously my dad would say, when you've washed it, then you can go play video games or whatever. That's good, respect. You've got to earn it sometimes. We have to earn respect. Now, I'm not saying that you've got to go in the ring and get your head punched in. I did that because that's me. But you understand what I'm saying. So when you make the bed, you earn your respect. When you give to someone, when it's tough. So when it's tough, it makes you appreciate when it's easy. How could you know what a good day was if you didn't have bad days? So all this is procrastination. And once again, for those that have criticized me my whole life, and it continues, and I love you and appreciate all of you, I am deep and I enjoy it. And that's why I became successful. And I don't mean that to be smug or arrogant, because I don't even feel that successful underneath. For me, success is just being grateful, being alive, having some peace, being kind, having a coffee, a couple of good friends paying my rent. That's success for me. But you understand what I mean, from where I come from, being bullied, being put down, being told I'm worthless, I'm nothing, I'm all those things, to get to this place and talk to nice people on a live stream. Because I never gave up. I never gave in. And I was able to share my story. I can't share my story, can I, with small talk? How can I do that? It's not me. I can't come onto a live stream and say, hey, like, welcome everyone, I'm a teacher, I'm Jonathan, and I'm going to teach you how to overcome procrastination. So all you've got to do is go to the gym and just change your mindset. That's not me. That's not my testimony. That's not true. That might be true for someone else, but that's not me. I've got to explain it with people for 2 hours or an hour and a half. That's why most of my mentorship sessions are usually minimum 2 hours. We need a conversation. We need connection. We need time, patience. We've got to get through emotions. We've got to get through fears and challenges. It takes some time. Which is why whenever I've got therapy or help, I have that anxiety. I hope they give me some time. I need some time to get things out and for them to help me. Can't do it in a minute. How can I get therapy in a minute? It's too short. So I've got to get deep to get things out and be truthful. That's part of connection. Friendship's based on depth. So when people criticize and say you're too deep, it's because they're too shallow. There's no depth in what they're saying. There's no heart in it. There's no truth in it. Of course you're going to criticize that. That's what the ego does if you haven't got any awareness. Anyway, so one more minute and we're finished. I've really enjoyed today. But yeah, today's been a tough one. It's been a tough sparring session. A lot's come out. A lot has been said. Yeah, man, I agree, Stephen. And that's kind of a compliment, right? If you're like 90 minutes feels too short, that means you enjoyed it. Even if you suffered and it was agony and you felt whatever you had to work through. That's class, man, what you said. Because that's gratitude. That's like, it's short. you probably felt in your heart, you might have been like me at times, all of us, I don't know, you might have felt nervous to say, you might have felt like, yeah, exactly, great minds think alike. 6 hours, you probably need 6 hours, I agree, sometimes we do. I've got a client tomorrow, I can't wait to work with him, James. You know how long we're going to speak for? 4 hours over coffee. I can't wait to meet him. He's doing my 2-year program. I'm blessed. You know, I'm helping him, he's helping me. And I'm meeting him tomorrow. We're going for a coffee in London. Nice park, simple. Meeting him at 2 o'clock. We're going to sit down over coffee. We're going to talk. We're going to talk. We're going to chop up, as the Americans say. Sorry, how do they say it? Chopping it, not chopping tomatoes, but this sparring. My other client used to laugh, you know, that I used to work with, and I said, it's a fight, and he didn't understand. Now he gets it. He joked with me. I said, we're going to spar today. I brought my gum shield. I brought my gum shield in case you attack me, because I'm scared you're going to beat me up, because I'm going to tell you where you're slacking off, tell you where you're being a coward and you're being lazy and you're not taking action. So I brought my gum shield just in case you get angry. I've even brought my boxing gloves. I told my client, because we had to cover sensitive territory. Because I knew if I told him the truth, it's going to make him angry, but I had to tell him it. So I gave him a pre-warning. I said, look, you paying me, right? Yeah. You want me to tell you the truth. You're paranoid that you're paying a lot of teachers and they're not being honest. I'm going to tell you the truth. Number one, because I care. Number one, because I'm not doing it just for the money, because if the money's not enough, and I've given you a lot of stuff for free. I do a lot for free. It's free for you, not for me. And you've asked me. You know, you had to convince me to take you on the program because I wasn't sure about it, if you were committed enough. Which is why we upgraded from the 6 weeks to the 1 year. Why should I give a 1 year of my life? I've got to celebrate a birthday to help you. I've got to risk my life to help you. I've got to tell you the truth. I've got to face my own fears. And I've got to work. I've got to feel your pain when I'm helping you. But it's a pleasure, because I'm not better than anybody. And I come from, where do I come from? My mother, planet Earth, God. But I come from challenges. He laughed, he appreciated, he loved it. So sparring is this. This is what real people do. They talk from the heart, spirit, sparring. Morning, Frank. So he laughed, you know, and then he would laugh, of course. No, I would never hit you, Jonathan, you know. Too much love there, too much true friendship. So tomorrow I'm meeting my client, James, and like you said, we're going to talk for 4 hours. And I'm going to see, he's been making progress anyway. He's been going to the gym. He does his other stuff. He does his other therapy, which is great in a group. He's growing a lot. He's facing a lot of anxiety. He's making his bed, working on his diet, getting things out. We talk things out. What comes out needs to come out. You don't always know what's going to come out. That's why you've got to risk it and face that uncertainty and have an honest conversation with people. So these are all the ways in which today we've covered how to overcome procrastination. We simplifies it. A lot of people are saying to me, can't start that business. I can't get myself to go to the gym, or there's a bill that needs to be paid. I keep looking at the bill, but I'm not paying it because it frightens me. It brings up confrontation, brings up my fears of money, of authority, of responsibility, and I've been putting it off. Today's the day we face it, one day at a time. Only 2 tasks with people: comfort task, clarification task. Clarification can be hard but most beneficial, 100%. I'm a bit in a low place right now in terms of career, and it's given me a lot of anxiety and doubt. Any advice? So I'm going to tell you a joke, Frank. I know you might not want to hear it, but it's a good joke and it's true. I was in a mental hospital in 2017. This is not a joke, it's the truth, right? Now, as you can imagine, I weren't feeling great, Frank, all of you. I wasn't feeling my most attractive, if I'm being honest. I think most people would be feeling what I felt. I felt pretty insecure. I felt pretty defeated by life. I felt pretty down and ashamed and pretty frightened. And, you know, I wasn't looking as good as I'm looking now. And when I was in the mental hospital, it was a mixed ward. There were men and women of all ages. And I was really vulnerable. Not where I am now. I couldn't look people in the eye too long. I fell apart. I was paranoid. I was hearing voices and they weren't saying nice things to me. And one of the women on the ward came up to me And I was even scared of her, scared of everybody, because I was obviously mentally unwell. And she said to me, "What's your name?" I said, "Jonathan." She said, "Jonathan, you're so handsome." And I got really embarrassed and shy. And the nurses said, "Leave him alone." She kept going, "He's so handsome. He's so handsome." I thought, "No, stop saying that. Everyone's looking at me. I just want to be left alone." And then she said, "He looks like an Armani model." And I went, "Wow. No one's ever said that about me." I'm in a mental hospital. I just had a mental health breakdown. I've lost all my money. Al Pacino speech. I pushed away everyone who ever loved me. I can't bear to see the face in the mirror of the man I've become. I can't teach people anymore. I'm nobody. I'm done. And she said I look like an Armani model, and I stopped and went, I know that's not true. I know that's not true what she said, even though it was well-meaning. Because if I look like any type of model, I knew in my heart I looked like a Reebok model. Sorry, my jokes are not that funny as you get older, but that is a true story. I promise you that's a true story. She said I look like an Armani model. Obviously that ain't true, but she saw something in me that I didn't see it. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. She obviously saw something in me that I didn't see. Now, again, it's not for me to say that, but if at any time in my life I look like a model, it would have to be now. I'm 43 pounds lighter. I'm off medication. I'm just about paying my own rent, my tax, my council tax. I'm joking. I paid my rent today. I've overcome a mental health breakdown. Frank, I understand what you're going through. I hope that helps you, my friend. If I can come back from mental health breakdown, apparently people say I was this and I was that. I don't think I was much, but apparently I was successful and this and that on YouTube. Okay, fine. But if I can be in the depths of hell and I can come back from that, Frank, and I'm no different to you, no better than you, just a human being trying to find his way in this world and trying to enjoy life, you can overcome it. You can definitely overcome it. Use it. Use it. Don't let it use you. Talk about it. Get the help that you need. Whatever simplifies it. But honestly, that's a true story, guys and girls. She said that about me. And I can laugh at that now. I'm glad, man. Yeah, but I'm gonna leave with this, right? Everyone's got their own definition of success. Great, for me, there's many definitions, but I'm going to give you the best definition that I've learned. Success is how you treat people. You could have a lot of money, you could have a lot of stuff, which is obviously is success in the way the world sees it. Fair enough. It takes a certain amount of strength to do that. But if you're not nice to people, if you're not kind to people, if you don't, and I'm not saying none of us are perfect, that we're going to make mistakes, but generally, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not kind to people, then for me, you're not successful. So for me, when I had the mental health breakdown, obviously, my character got checked, many things, and I had to ask myself these questions. So if we're not being nice to people, especially people that we say that we love and we're not successful, something's not right. You may be materially successful, you may have a lot of money, you can have nice clothes and things like that, and phones and TVs and all that stuff, but if you're not kind to people, if you don't help people, if you're not considerate, even once a month, once a week, then in my opinion, from my point of view, you're not very successful in life. So success is the way you treat people, because it's true, when we die, if I died tomorrow, I hope that I don't die tomorrow, if I die tomorrow, how many people are going to say how much money I had? Most people don't know. For most of my life, I didn't have much money. No one's going to care about how much money I had, if I had a lot or little. No one's going to care about, I've got some nice night trainers on. No one's going to care about my, all they're going to remember is how I treated all of you. my personality, my heart, my spirit. That's what you're going to remember. That's what's important then. But most of us don't live like that because we get caught up in what we get caught up in, procrastination, human nature. So I work on that every day, and I actually like it. I like the accountability. For me, it's the meaning of life. Other than, what's the meaning of life for me? God, my family that I love, my nan, and the way that I treat people. Now, of course, that's not a rationalization for me to say for all of you, don't go out and be successful financially. I encourage you to do that. I'm helping you to do that. But I'm saying it's not the most important. And that's what the mental health breakdown experience really taught me. And I'm still learning that lesson every single day. That's why I call it daily discipline. Yes, exactly. Success in relationships. Yeah, man. Like I said, my friend, I lost my best friend to suicide. I don't even want to say the time because I love him so much and I miss him every day. I'm going to do a video on this. People will appreciate it. He would appreciate it. And, I don't sit here thinking about the watch that he wore, or, his house, or I just think about how much I love him and what a good friend he was and how he treated people, what a kind spirit he was, and the time I had with him. So we just remember the person, the way they treated us, and the time that we had with them. We don't care about, I don't care about, we don't care about their bank account. It doesn't mean squat. We don't care about their trainers or their shirt, the color. Forget all that stuff for the most part. When I think of Les Brown, I never think about, I don't even know how much money he's got. I don't care about how much money he's got. I just think about the way he treated me when I was 25 and I was down through the video. He made me cry. He inspired me. His voice, his heart. And obviously I want him to live as long as he lives. I'll still watch his stuff. I saw it yesterday. I remember Les, the person, him as a person, how he is, how he treats people, who he is. That's what we remember. That's success, be that, Right, going to finish today. Wow, I did an extra 10 minutes. It's been great today, and I appreciate all of you coming on. We covered a lot. I've never covered so much on life, procrastination, anxiety, and it will be continued. So that's why I said, right, that the conversation that a lot of people have is, when is it going to end? Never, until we pass away, unless you want it to end. There's two choices. Because you can either look, this is interesting, human nature. So we say things like, if I said to someone, it's going to take you 2 years to overcome social anxiety, you should do a program with my client Phil, who runs a business. He coaches people on social anxiety, but probably worth spending some money and doing a 2-year program with him if you want to overcome. Most people, not all, because there'll always be ones out there, right? But most will go, I'm not doing that. It's too long, 2 years. Okay, I understand that. Let me pose this to you. So you're not gonna invest 2 years to overcome your social anxiety because it's gonna take too long, right? 2 years is too long. It sends you balmy thinking about it. Okay, so you're gonna spend maybe the next 50 years avoiding social situations and intimacy and vulnerability. That's gonna be painful life. I wouldn't recommend that. I'll leave everyone with that, right? Moral of the story is, would you rather dedicate the remaining time of your life to living every day to the best of your ability and enjoying it and accepting days that are not good? That's the best life you can live, being the best person, what we said, dying and people saying, he was good to me, she was good to me, you're a good person. Every single day, discipline and challenge and growth, love, gratitude, appreciation, humanness, brokenness, fun, all that stuff, or every day in resentment and misery. The choice is yours, man. I'll let you answer the question. I know the choice that I've made. Anyway, appreciate everyone. Just to let all of you know, I do paid mentorship programs. I do short-term mentorship, intermediate and long-term mentorship. If you'd like to inquire and apply for my mentorship, the best way to do that, go beneath any of my videos I've got an email address. Send me an email inquiring about mentorship. I'll get back to you, and then we'll see if you're right for my mentorship. I only mentor people that are committed. You've got to have the right attitude, similar values, same values, and obviously you've got to get on with me, trust me, vice versa, because I haven't got time to waste. My life's short, and I'm 40 years of age, I'm 40 years young, and I ain't got time to waste. And I work and teach because I want to do it, not because I'm obligated. So I choose who I work with. If I can't work with you, I'm always respectful. I've got no fear of saying no. You've got all the free stuff that I put out. You'll find a teacher or therapist that's right for you. That's important on both ways. So send me an email. I do mentorship online. I do Zoom mentorship, so I can mentor people, all around the world. I also do mentorship in person. You can inquire about my mentorship, the price, the cost, the time, when you can start, what the requirements are, what I can help you with, what I expect. Most importantly, I need to know exactly what your goals are. Obviously, I know that your problem is going to be anxiety, fear, procrastination, doubt, not believing in yourself, lack of motivation, trauma, all those things. But I need to specifically know what you want to achieve, because all my clients' goals are slightly different, and it's a different approach for every client, which is what I love. So I don't mentor every client the same, because they've all got different personalities, different psychology, and different relationship, which is what I love. It would be boring for me if every single client was the same every session. That would be like hell, it'd be like Groundhog Day. So we'll figure that out on the call. And obviously you're not obligated to sign up for anything. If you come on a call and you don't want to do it, you just say you don't want to do it. I just like the truth. I'm the same. But we'll get to that point and by having that conversation. So send me an email. Don't be afraid. I'm friendly. I'm honest. I'll talk to you, see if I can help you, and then we'll go from there. So I appreciate everyone coming on the stream today. I'm going to do a lot more videos. Any questions you've got, ask me questions. I'll try and get back to them. Thank you for all of you coming on. Thanks for the support. And keep going, and enjoy every day that you can. Practice gratitude. You can also follow me on Instagram. I put loads of free stuff there to help people to be more disciplined, confident, grateful. I've got a TikTok you can follow me on. I'll put the links below this video. So have a good day, guys. I've got a long day ahead. I'm going to enjoy it and continue on the rest of my day. All right. Thank you for coming on. Bye.